So I'm really excited about this reading, right? I wasn't when I started because the first card that I drew was, what do you feel nostalgic for? And what is that nostalgia revealing about your values? And I was like, it's just even a tough question, right? So before you start thinking about that, because that's what I did, I started like, okay, so, what do I love about my childhood and my past and like all of that stuff? So before you get there, let me show you what the rest of it was. And I pulled about 7 cards, and then I'm like, oh, this is exciting. I got to do this. All right. So the first card out was rejection. I'm like, oh, damn. And then ghost. So we have rejection and ghost. And then on the other side of that nostalgia card, right, we have trust and happiness that came out together. And then love. And I was like, oh, that's exciting. Okay, so, it's kind of like the polarities of the two. This is the experience that you just had with the rejection and the ghost, and then over here is what you were longing for, something like that. But the synchronicity, the synchrony of this started when I pulled this card. 1717, let go of the past. And I felt placed because it's black to put it right under the nostalgia card. And I was like, all right, give me one more second, like kind of tie this energy all together because this just that doesn't give me an energetic trail to follow it all, right? And then I got this card, hurtful events. And it says, as you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so it won't anchor you down. This is disappointment, heartbreak. Letting go of the past was 1717. Looking at the past, in this case, instead of the parts that you sit back in the memories and relish in them, but actually, this is asking about your values, right? Your values and as it relates to your past. And then letting go of the past, and this hurtful event also saying letting go of the past. So what you are going through right now, the person that this message is for has recently experienced rejection and ghosting, which is a terrible, terrible thing to do to somebody from a mental health perspective. Awful thing, right? You have recently experienced this, and this message is here to encourage you that there is another way. There is another option. There is a way for you to trust in happiness, in love. This exists. And what is currently blocking you is a repeating cycle of your past. There is something embedded within this event that is here to highlight for you your past and how it relates specifically to your value set, right? The vibration that you are putting off is what you are attracting in. It's just law, okay? Now, I say that, and then there are, yeah, no, that's the way it is. Yeah. There's there's like sometimes when there are other things, but if you take it down all the way to the basics, there's yeah, what you are putting off is what you. It's just a law. It's cause and effect. Like it's just what happens. Law of vibration. Okay, all the chills on that one. So letting go of the past hurtful events. What is going on here that caused this rejection and ghosting? Okay. So we have successful and imprisonment. Oh, just there's so many chills here. Oh, I should have said it out loud. I've got to learn to say these things out loud. So with the rejection and the ghost, you know how they say rejection. I think they say rejection is God's protection or something like that. But the way that I always say it is rejection is redirection for your protection. And that's what I was thinking when this card came out. It says, I value our boundaries and know that they protect us. Trust, happiness, and love. Material abundance leads to spiritual scarcity. Are you dating? Is this? Oh, that's super cool. Okay, so this is a very specific message. This is for somebody who is currently dating, online dating, met somebody online. Yeah, met somebody online. Maybe not even met him in person. Maybe met him in person. Okay, let's get one more. Speculation. Okay. So we have successful, which talks about material gains, right? But it kind of talks about like um, about how fleeting, and then speculation on the end, how fleeting those gains are and how they corrupt you spiritually, right? Being ephemeral in nature. And then we have imprisonment. Consequences of noncompliance can be severe and lasting. Disregard for rules disrupts order and invites conflict. Hidden legal dangers lurk and threaten your peace. And then speculation, chasing quick gains and ignoring long-term stability, overestimating potential returns and underestimating risks. You were removed. Oh, you were removed from this situation quite abruptly on purpose. It was you were divinely plucked. You were divinely plucked. You were. I love doing this. This is just you were popped right out of that situation. You were actually done like your team. And when I say team, because it's so much easier than saying God source, your belief system, your angels, your fairies, your whatever, guide, it's your team. From now on, it's just easier for me to say team. Your team pulled you right out of there because going further down this route would have actually corrupted you in ways that you weren't even. It might have even been like actual 3D corruption here. So you have material. What is catching my eye is material abundance. Doesn't matter about the material. Doesn't matter if this person was rich that you were meeting or his name is rich or whatever. It doesn't matter. Abundance leads to spiritual scarcity. The spiritual scarcity is sticking out to me. The hidden dangers threatening your peace. Threatening your peace. And then overestimating potential returns and underestimating the risk. That is exactly what this is. That is so cool. Okay, so how you are interpreting it in this moment is very like this hurt. But the reason that this hurt is because you're associating it with something that is in your past. So now that you know that the reason that this person rejected and ghosted you, right? Really shitty thing to do, by the way. But the reason was not actually have anything to do with you, except for it was not in your highest and best good. And you weren't going to see that. So you were, I mean, think miracle if you want to do it that way. It was um, interference, it was spiritual interference. Yeah, it's team interference because you would not have seen it otherwise. Whatever it would have led to would have corrupted you on a spiritual level. It would have derailed you from your path. Rejection is protection, right? Okay, so I keep getting that's not the point, that's not the point, that's not the point. I know, but I'm just like sitting in the glory that is the universe and how things work. All right, it's time to release the weight of the past and embrace new opportunities ahead. Trust your instincts, especially if you feel called to lead others. The universe is guiding and supporting you on this journey. They are definitely guiding you. Okay, so I believe that 1717, you might be seeing 1788 might be significant for you. And then hurtful events. As you endure this period, learn not to dwell on the past so it won't anchor you down. Disappointment and heartbreak. And then having to relate to your values or your ingrained belief system. I mean, it is screaming at me about negative self-limiting beliefs deeply embedded that the rejection and the ghosting, it's almost as if this event is triggering your feelings of self-worth, which it would, right? And it's being highlighted so clearly here about it that it was done because your value is so high, right? But if that's a little too abstract for you to take, then, and what would do you the most good at this point would be to find that why. Okay, so work the process. Why does this hurt? What part of you is hurting? And then what would have to be true? What would you have to believe is true about yourself that would cause that? So this is hurting because I feel that I was not good enough for this person, this situation. Otherwise, they wouldn't have just dropped me like I was insignificant and then disappeared like they didn't want to have anything to do with me, like I was contagious or something, right? So, what would you have to believe about yourself in order for that to be true? You would have to believe that you are not worthy or that you are unlovable. You would have to believe that um, you are replaceable. You would have to believe that you are, I don't know an antonym for. You would have to believe that you are unworthy and replaceable and just you'd have to think that you're not shit. And this might be a theme. Unlovable, unworthy, not good enough, not good enough. Yeah. Oh, the not enoughness. Ooh, that one rears its ugly head all the time. Not enoughness. Not enoughness. All right, what else can help? Okay, well it's not the deck I meant to pick up. Okay, so you have great water and gift of money. When I asked what else would help, who wouldn't benefit from a gift of money? Okay, great water is about spirituality, broaden your horizons, new view. You know, what might also help is bodies of water at this time. But I think that this card is more about getting clear on your intentions. Why is that important? Getting clear on your intentions. Oh, so it can be returned. Well, what does that have to do with? So what will help at this time is get clear on what it is that you want. No, 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 no. I mean, yeah, in a way, but it's not about that. Are you dating because you're looking to fill a void? Okay, all right. Oh, it just takes all the fun out of it. So what your team is asking for you to do is to actually like find, are you looking for a partner because you feel incomplete? You're looking, okay. I hear the, no, I just everything's better, with a friend to do things with and hold at night. Now that, okay, true. Are you looking for a partner because you feel incomplete? That's what I'm hearing. Looking for a partner because you feel incomplete. This might also be maybe you've been single for a while, or maybe, oh, or maybe you are a, what do they call those? Serial daters. No, 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 that's not it. Codependent. Like from one to another to another to another. Well, I guess they are serial daters in a way, I suppose. What else? Conquering, which is about setting your intentions. Oh, if you set your intention, you'll watch it come back to you. I think that's what this is. It's about identification. Looking into your past and then looking at your values. What is it that you believe? What is it that you believe about relationships? What is it that you believe about yourself? How does it impact the decisions that you make, the company that you keep, the behaviors that you accept? What does that say about you? That's interesting. Yeah. What is within with hidden secrets? This is, yeah, definitely. You're going to get what you want by looking deep within you for this. It doesn't have to be long. It's not like, arduous. It doesn't have to be long. Oh, this is interesting. Careful of superficial appearances or making decisions without all the facts. That's exactly what this speculation and success over here was kind of, um, that vibe. That's what it was giving me. It's actually giving me con man. Right off, it was con man. But that's this really feels like cultivating self-love, but what is it's going to require is you identifying what part of yourself, what are the things that you believe about you to be true of you? Who are you? Yeah, who are you? Not what is your profession, not what is your goal, not a label. Who are you? Yeah, who are you? For some, look at the profile, your dating profile, or look at your look at what you're presenting to the world and check to see if that accurately reflects who you are and what you want. Yeah, because what the decision that you make, how do I explain that? The wait, did we talk about vibration and you are about the return in this video? You are what you attract. Check when you decide there's better out there, right, with the Two of Wands, and you go and you start doing the things heading in that direction energetically. And then when you are waiting for your return to yield, whatever you invested into it, you hope for a return on that investment. By cleaning up what it is you're putting out, you're going to clean up what it is you're bringing in. In this case, whatever you are putting out there because of these self-limiting negative beliefs that you hold deep within yourself, which is why you're being triggered by being abandoned or rejected and ghosted here, like those things. Okay, so you need to clean up what you're asking for visually as other people see it. So that would be like what your profile looks like. So it's more an authentic representation of who you are and an authentic representation of what you want. Then you can get authentic people to come towards you. In order to do that fully, you need to go within and clean up that profile. Oh, I see. Clean up that profile as well. Because the things that you believe about yourself, like, look at my past, I've never been good enough. No one ever thinks I'm good enough. This always happens to me. Whatever your narrative is, it's all not accurate as to who you actually are. You say you're not good enough, and this rejection and ghosting proves you're not good enough, but that's not true. But as long as you believe that, then you're gonna do things that's gonna put it out into the universe, and then you're gonna draw it right back in. So like, okay, so like as an example would be anything on your, okay, last bit, and then we're gonna close this out. If doing the interior work, you find that too difficult, I would like for you to get a friend, like a good friend, like a trusted friend. No, 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 no. Find your friend that's like the snarkiest, nastiest one you have. Like legitimately. Like you love them, but every time you ask them a question, they negative Nelly the hell out of everything. Or have them review your profile. Have a member of the opposite sex review your profile. Or you critically review it. And I mean critically review it. Ask them to tell you all of the things about it. Or ask them replace the picture and ask them to see what they think. Something like that. Something you'd want to, if you don't want to deep dive into the, you know, if you don't want to do the deep dive first, start there. Because I think if you actually sat and reflected like with that, yeah, that's where you want to. And if this is not about a relationship and this is about like a resume or a job or whatever, like this can apply to anything. Um, this can literally apply to anything. But I think it has to do with online dating. I'm seeing online dating. I'm seeing an actual like profile page, but I don't, I'm just assuming that it's like online dating. Okay. Um, you are unconditionally loved and supported by the universe. Absolutely. And the universe is saying you are so worthy, so much so that we took time, if it, you know, time, the energy to pluck this person right out of your life because they would have furtherly, incapacitated you spiritually. And that is fantastic. That is divine intervention. That is the same thing as angels coming and saving you from, getting run over or something. Like that's beautiful. It means that you're going somewhere. Like your journey is important. And yes, all participation trophies all the way around, right? Everybody gets one. But like you're important. Your journey is important. You have stuff to do. You have people to positively impact. You have a world to make better. Okay. And this person wasn't going to do it. And since you're already in this yucky place, like let's fix this 1717, let's fix it. And then it's not going to happen anymore. Then anybody can hit the X all they want to, and you're like, yay, one less energetic drain, right? Or however that works. Okay, that was really snarky. Don't send me your profile. Okay, you are unconditionally loved by the universe and supported. My unconditional love to you as well. Thank you for watching, and until next time, take care of yourself.